Nowadays, people tend to have a lot of knowledge about technologies, particularly computer. According to Wikipedia.com, computer is a programmable machine. It responds to a specific set of instructions in a well-defined manner, and it can execute a pre-recorded list of instructions. This technology brings us benefits and makes our lives easier. Let us now discuss the journey of this awesome technology. Charles Babbage, computer pioneer, designed a Victorian-era computer called the analytical engine. This is a portion of the mill with a printing mechanism. The computer was not born for entertainment nor email, but to solve a serious number crunching crisis. By 1880, the US population had grown so large that it took more than 7 years to tabulate the US Census results. The government sought a faster way to get the job done, giving rise to punch card based computers that took up entire rooms. In 1880, Joseph Marie Jacquard from France invented a loom that uses punch wooden cards to automatically weave fabric designs. Early computers would use similar punch cards. Industrial Revolution. In modern history, the process of change from an agrarian and handicraft economy to one dominated by industry and machine manufacturing. This age is commonly referred to as the Second Industrial Revolution, started sometime between 1820 and 1970. Electronic age began when electronic equipment, including computers, came into use. In this age, long-distance communication became more efficient. Invention of transistor also happened in this stage. The following are the inventions and forms of media in electronic age. Transistor in 1930 that ushered in electronic age and led to the creation of other media tools. Transistor radio, which is a small portable radio receiver that uses transistor-based circuitry. Following their development in 1954, made possible by the invention of the transistor in 1947, they became the most popular electronic communication device in history. Large computer named as EDSAC or Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator. It is an early British computer considered to be the first stored program electronic computer. The first generation of computers took place between 1940 to 1956. It used vacuum tubes that served as a major piece of technology. Those vacuum tubes were larger components and resulted in first generation computers being large in size that can occupy an entire room. In addition, the vacuum tube was invented in 1906 by an electrical engineer named Lee D. Forrest. First generation computers relied on machine language, the lowest level programming language understood by computers to perform operations, and they could only solve one problem at a time. ENIAC, UNIVAC, IBM 701, and IBM 650 are the examples of the first generation computers. UNIVAC was the first commercial computer delivered to a business client. These computers were large and very unreliable. The second generation of computers saw the use of transistors instead of vacuum tubes. Transistors were widely used in computers from 1956 to 1963. Transistors were smaller than vacuum tubes and allowed computers to be smaller in size, faster in speed, and cheaper to build. The first computer to use transistor was the TX0 and was introduced in 1956. Other computers that use transistors include the IBM 7070, Philco Transac S1000, and RCA 501. Integrated circuits made the computer world more advanced and compact. IC is composed of transistors, resistors, and capacitors. Without IC, a computer is a usually huge, but because of IC, computers turn into smaller versions of old computers. The other third generation computers are PDP-11, IBM 360, and 370. Fourth generation computers became more powerful, compact, reliable, and affordable. As a result, it gave rise to personal computer revolution. In this generation, time sharing and real-time networks distributed operating system were used. Fifth generation computers are in developmental stage which is based on the artificial intelligence. The goal of the fifth generation is to develop the device which could respond to natural language input and are capable of learning and self-organization. This generation is based on a parallel processing hardware and AI or artificial intelligence software. AI is an emerging branch in computer science, which interprets the means of and method of making computers think like human beings. By the early 2000s, cell phones became as famous as computers, with movie theaters beginning to show ads telling people to silence their phones. They also became much more advanced than phones of the 1990s. In late 2005, the population of the Internet reached 1 billion and 3 billion people worldwide use cell phone by the end of the decade. HDTV became the standard television broadcasting format in many countries by the end of the decade. Moreover, video calls, live streaming of videos, podcasts, magazines, flash drive, and hard drives are widely used in new age. Our lives are improving and so the computer. Started from the simplest form and now we have an awesome invention that help us compute, store, and gather data easily. Computers are really important as we use this in various fields and at almost every place.